Bluebeard. In a land where rolling hills were stitched with silver rivers stood a castle as old as the moss on its stones. Its master was a nobleman of immense wealth, known only as Lord Bluebeard. He was courteous, and his voice was soft, but his beard, the color of a twilight storm, made many uneasy. He came to court the youngest of 3 sisters, a maiden named Elise, whose heart was as gentle as a forest deer. Elise's sisters whispered their fears. "His beard is so strange," said one. "And what became of his other wives?" asked another. But Lord Bluebeard hosted a grand feast in the woods with music that danced on the breeze and lanterns that glowed like captured stars. He was so charming that Elise began to see the blue of his beard not as a storm, but as the deep, mysterious color of a mountain lake. She agreed to be his wife. The castle was a place of quiet wonder. Its halls were lined with tapestries of forgotten forests, and its gardens sighed with the scent of night-blooming jasmine. "All this is yours, my dear," Lord Bluebeard said, his voice a low hum. "Every room, every treasure. You may go anywhere you please." One morning, he came to her with a ring of keys, each one more ornate than the last. "I must travel for a time," he said. "These unlock every chest and chamber. But this one," he held up a small plain key of tarnished brass, "this one you must not use. It opens the little room at the end of the long gallery. Promise me, Elise." She promised, her heart aflutter with a curiosity she could not name. For days, Elise explored the castle's splendors. She wandered through rooms filled with shimmering silks, gleaming armor, and instruments that played melodies on their own. Yet her thoughts always returned to the small brass key and the forbidden door. The silence of the long gallery seemed to whisper to her, pulling her towards the one place she was not meant to go. Her hand trembled as she put the key in the lock. It turned with a soft click. The door creaked open into darkness. At first she saw nothing, but as her eyes adjusted, she saw that the stone floor was stained with a dark, terrible crimson, and from the walls hung the shadows of those who had come before her. A gasp escaped her lips, and the little brass key slipped from her fingers, falling into a dark pool on the floor. Horrified, she slammed the door and fled. She snatched up the key and tried to wipe it clean, but the stain would not fade. She scrubbed it with sand, with soap, with a lemon peel, but for every spot she cleaned, a new one appeared. The key was enchanted, and its stain was permanent. At that moment, she heard the rumble of Lord Bluebeard's carriage returning. Lord Bluebeard entered. Smiling, he asked, "Are you well, my love?" But his eyes were sharp. "My journey ended sooner than I expected. May I have my keys?" With a trembling hand, she gave him the ring. He counted them. "But where is the key to the little room?" he asked, his voice losing its softness. I must have misplaced it. Show it to me now," he thundered. When she finally produced the stained key, his face grew dark as a thunderhead. "You have been in the forbidden room, then you shall take your place among the others within it." He dragged her towards the stairs leading to the highest tower. "Sisters, brothers, are you coming?" she cried out the window, her voice carried away by the wind. From the window, she could see 2 figures on horseback, riding as fast as the wind. It was her brothers. Just as Lord Bluebeard raised his sword, the doors to the tower burst open. Her brothers, their own swords drawn, rushed in. They fought to protect their sister, and the darkness of Lord Bluebeard was finally vanquished from the castle. Elise was free, and though she carried the memory of the terrible room, she also carried the knowledge of her own strength and the love of her family, which was a key that could open any door.